Have you ever wondered what it actually takes to hunt with a slingshot? Speed, power, accuracy. Let's take a look. Most of my hunting is in the backyard here. So I have, little critters that come around. They like to invade the garage here. They like to come into the house, not into the house, but try and get under the gutters, under the siding, under everything, and just chew everything up. So my hunting is not hunting to eat, hunting as pest control. What I use is 8mm steel. Is that strong enough to get the job done? I can tell you that I've sent many a Chippendales up to meet their maker throughout the years, and this setup here will get the job done. Gotcha. But I got to thinking, what kind of speeds are actually hitting these little fellers when it actually impacts their skull and turns their brain to mush? What kind of speeds does it actually take? Now, my setup here is pretty slow. It's going to be a little bit over 200 feet per second because I mainly target shoot. I don't normally hunt, like I said, to put food on my table, but I do take out small critters. So 200 feet per second, I can assure you, will get the job done. But what kind of speed is actually hitting them when the time comes for them to bite the big one? So I blew the dust off the old crony out here. It's been sitting for a little while, but it is a chronograph, and it's going to be measuring at feet per second. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. We're going to see what we got. Feet per second. Let's go ahead and just take 5 shots into the catch box, not necessarily hitting anything. My guess is going to be between 200 and 220 feet per second. 223, 219.1, 224, 218, 223. So we have 5 shots. Now I know that leaving the end of this slingshot here, measuring from right here in front of this crony, I'm hitting at 220, we'll say average, feet per second. Most of the time when I'm taking out little critters in the backyard, though, I'm not shooting at point blank range. On average, my shooting distance is about 15 meters, approximately, when I'm shooting the little chipmunks. If I'm lucky, I get closer, but usually, they've learned to run and hide, and if I'm lucky, I can pinpoint them, 15 meters out approximately. I don't really measure it. When you're out there, getting rid of some pests, you just go with it, and whatever you see, you take out. So I'd like to know, I'm going to set this up at 15 meters into the catch box. I'm going to move this chronograph down there with my phone, and we're going to get 5 more measurements and see what speeds it drops from here to there. Let's check it out. All right, I have the dual camera thing going on, so it's a little bit weird looking here, but normally I would stand in the corner here at 10 meters, but I'm going to stand up by this garage here, which is 15 meters. And I want to see what kind of speeds actually go through there when it actually hits your target. I do have a 40mm up there. I'm not really going to aim for it. I'm just going to pray and hope that I don't hit my crony. And yeah, I'm going to do 5 shots. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, shit. And of course I hit it. That's just how it goes. You know, when you're under pressure and you're trying to hit this big, gigantic freaking hole up there, you flub it every time. I'm going to pause the camera and see if it picked up anything. So now we know that it has dropped, right? Pretty obvious it was going to drop. But how much? About 30 feet per second, give or take. 30 feet per second droppage from 15 meters. So I know that at impact for a small critter, chipmunk, mouse, something like that, 193 feet per second will take them out at 15 meters. You know what I mean? So I really just wanted to know how much you lose in a certain distance because I was curious. I know that when I hit them, they drop, and that's all there is to it, and that's all that is needed. If you're hunting bigger game, bigger ammo with a little stronger setup, faster speeds would probably be what you're going after. But I really think in the bottom line, final finito, you really need shot placement. If you are going to hunt to put food on your plate, you may be shooting up in the air, you may be shooting down on the ground, you may be shooting around a tree, hunched over a bush, who freaking knows. So you really got to have your setup on point to where you're hitting your target 90% of the time, I guess. Yeah, it is what it is. But I always wanted to know this, and now I do, and so do you. Have a good day.